Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sega Man back with a one-on-one with my brother Other Zinc. And today we're not going to be here too long. We're going to be talking about a Gears of War discussion uh, slash Unreal Engine 5. Man, we're going to talk about it. I heard the podcast that my brother Unlimited did the other day with the whole crew on there. It was fantastic. But we're gonna break it down because me and Other Zinc, we're diehard Gears of War fans. We've been Gears of War fans since day one. We got all kind of stuff that is with Gears of War. We know the lore pretty much about Gears of War. You know what I mean? And we're looking forward to the new Gears of War, which will be probably, I guess, we'll be seeing that soon. We might be even get a little glimpse of something that the coalition is doing this E3. But me and Zink are going to go in because I really like what Zink had to say the other day. I mean, a little disagreement a little bit with our brother E-Rock, a little bit on that, but we're going to break it down. Me and Other Zink are going to break it down a little bit, man. And I would like to introduce my brother, Other Zink, man. Hey, man, tell the chat where you always be, man.
100% in the chat and representing people like Unlimited Production that just jumped in here. I hope he could jump on the show. And, I
Hey,
like,
Unlimited, if you want to come in, just tell me.
yeah. And, I 100% represent the chat and, the goings on in there. And, you guys don't know, but I was talking to, I said it a little bit on the last show, going through a lot this weekend, but that's real life jumping in and ruining gaming,
Yeah,
and it was important, the funeral, things were
well,
crazy,
that's
but,
very important, brother.
this is the buffer. When I taught this, we had this conflict resolution, anger management, anti-bullying program. People need a buffer, whether it's reading a book, playing a video game, or watching a show, or doing something that'll settle you down,
Right.
before you go crazy, because bad things, man. Hey, Jerry Springer is a true story. I want to let everybody know that because that funeral was, dude, people honestly feared for their lives at that funeral. So,
What,
but
Jerry
I'm
Springer?
no, in real life, our funeral we just had this Wednesday. It was
Oh,
insane.
really, man? Oh,
Yeah, it
man.
was crazy, man. But this other family, parts of them, they were afraid to come at my family because they didn't know what they were going to get
Yeah.
because we're just too imposing. And my little sisters had their heels on, and I'm 6'5", and both of them were staring me in my face. So it was just, it just looked like a fearful situation had come up. But nonetheless, man, video games is it. Louis Frag, what's up? And, gaming is where it's at,
Unlimited
man.
said
That's
that
where I do
Jerry
my thing.
Springer die. No, I don't.
Did he?
Jerry
No,
Springer
I
died.
don't think so.
I don't think so. Unlimited.
I don't
I
think so, but
know.
I was just talking about the show Unlimited, how crazy things that happened because I just came through, finished a crazy funeral where the funeral directors almost had to weaponize themselves. It was insane. But
Oh,
anyway,
Lewis, what
yeah,
you say, man? Oh, the CMAs have come to their senses. Sony is scrambling right now. It's hilarious.
let me elaborate on that.
You hit on.
The CMA said that they're not considering consoles anymore, and they're more looking towards cloud gaming, which hasn't been established yet. So fully, so it's still an exploratory like situation. So, but you and I know that they're using cloud technology in Gears Horde. That's why the enemies flow so well.
Right.
But yeah, their goose is cooked. And also to piggyback off of Louis Frag here, Unlimited Production, Unlimited is our leader. Child shall lead us. Maria Cartwell is a senator. She was throwing shots at the FTC. And
Wow, man.
my graduating paper was on the auto industry, and I had a Camaro at the time, a
Mm-hmm.
brand new Camaro, and I even used my Camaro as a source of my presentation where my Camaro was loaded back in '89, fully loaded Camaro, power everything, T tops. It was, since I was a student, I got $4,000 off, and it was like 13,400. Well, my same car in Japan would have cost $36,000.
Man.
Okay, yet they could have a minivan in Japan come over to the United States. It's 12,000 in Japan, come over at the time and be like $12,000, $13,000 here. They didn't suffer those tariffs that we put on us and that were put on our goods and services. So Maria Cartwell illustrated things like that, that Japan, the Japanese Trade Commission, isn't acting fairly against American companies. And it's time you put a stop to that bullshit. So she really took a big fat shot at the FTC and their freaking nonsense. And this is one of the reasons why I knew outside entities did not have the jurisdiction to regulate what's going on in this country, okay, to ruin our working population. Not happening.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot going on right now in gaming, man. So
yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah, so Zink, man, we're not going to be here too long at all, because I know I got to go to work. You got things you got to do. But man, let's talk about Gears of War, man. Let's talk about Gears of War. Now, you remember back in the 360 when it was first debuted, when it was born, actually on 360 with the first Gears of War. Even back then, in that gen of gaming, way back when, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was something new. It was something totally different. I have all the what is it? The special editions with Cliff Bleszinski. I think it was part 2 where it was an interview disc and they were going back. You could see the studios in there. He was talking about the game. They were talking about the art of the certain weapons, talking about the chainsaw, rifle and different things like that, man, which was really, I just was really amazed by the detail and everything they did with Gears 1, Gears 2, and even 3. You know what I mean? And I was just and the power they used, even back then on the 360 when Unreal Engine was young still. You know what I mean? They did a fantastic job, creating that game. And then you can even see it even back then on the old 360 graphically. The AI was pretty cool also in it. So what do you think, Zink, when Gears of War first came out, Zink, brother? Because me and you are Gears head. What was your thoughts and your opinions about a brand new game from Microsoft for the 360 called Gears of War? What was your thought on it, man?
Well, even before Gears was officially created, Cliff Bleszinski, even though you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, somebody tried to call. But anyway, even though Cliff can be, viewed quite a few different ways, Cliff is a genius. He's super intelligent and making games. And he told Microsoft back then, while they were creating the 360, Xbox and new Gears was coming. And he said, no, you have to up the RAM the way this is configured so I can make this game the way I want to make it. And he actually got them to change the architecture of the 360 so Gears can be Gears.
Yeah.
And it was the greatest move. And we see some of those illustrations today with the Series X. And then the game comes out and it's revolutionary. And I know, let me pick on somebody. Since Unlimited isn't here, even people that thought Uncharted was great, Gears and Uncharted released at the same time. And only one of those two franchises is $1 billion franchise, since Sony people think that their games is all full of quality and so great. Uncharted is not $1 billion franchise. And furthermore, their leader said, we're not doing Uncharted anymore. So that shit's over. Gears is still going on and people still want to pop shit about it. Like Rand and Jez saying Gears has lost its way. Well, what way did Uncharted lose? But back to when that game first came out, it was revolutionary. But it came off of other cover-based shooters. Even Ghost Recon was a great cover shooter at times, the old Ghost Recons. But Gears was different, man, and it's shaping the market today. And there's a lot of things that people don't see because they don't play the game. And a lot of these sites they want to talk about Destiny and Fortnite, and those are great games, and Call of Duty, they want to talk about that. But when you talk about Gears, they want to classify it as being old when it's the same age as the others, for the new games. But Gears has pushed the bar and people don't see it. And I keep telling people, if you want to see what's coming, play Gears on this Icebound map. And you know how when you break the ice, they could freeze and you could see how they're crystallized. Nothing looks better than that. And then, a snowstorm could come and you can't see shit. Okay. I mean, you can't see your hand in front of your face. It's
Yeah,
just like walking through
it's
a
crazy.
snowstorm.
It's
It is
amazing.
insane. And then the sun could come out and it's like nothing ever happened. But those are the different things that could go on this snowbound map if people want to really see where the future is going.
And Zink, I gotta tell you real quick as a Gears fan, my favorite character, all-time character in all the Gears, she's no longer, well, she's implemented in the new one, but my favorite character has always been Berserker. I like the Berserker.
Hmm.
There's something about the Berserker, like in one, when they were going across after dude got killed, after General Rom killed the one dude, and they were going across to that other building
Hmm.
to get over there to the other side there, they were hearing these noises, right? And you can see some shadow of a thing ripping some dude to shreds. And I didn't know what it
Yes.
was. They didn't know. And the one dude's like, "Oh man, we gotta get out of here, man. Man, it's going crazy in here, man. We gotta get out of here." And when he went to run and he got tore up, and then Berserker busted through that brick wall and just looked
Yes.
up because she can't see. She's blind. And you
Hmm.
see her body, I'm like, God damn,
Hmm.
look at that motherfucking thing, bruh.
Yep.
I
Hmm.
was scared of that thing, just like you said yesterday. Gears will scare the shit out of you. That
Hmm.
scared the shit. When she bust through that wall, Zink,
Hmm.
that scared the hell out of me, dude. When Berserker bust through that wall, I think the Matriarch is a version of Berserker. I
Definitely.
think. I think
I don't
generation.
know I don't know if it is or isn't, but the matriarch is the worst thing in gaming. And through the progression of Gears 5 Horde, they made them turn invisible. And sometimes you can't see them. You could barely see it if you're looking for it,
Yeah,
but if they run past you, it will scare the shit out you. But you have to be playing at a level of like insane. Then higher than that is inconceivable, and then where I always play is master level.
yeah,
Everything is coming at you, and those are things that people just don't see. And I challenge anyone, whatever you do, you pick your best gameplay of any PlayStation game and you match that against anything going on in Gears or Halo Infinite. Like I said, you could be in a cave in Halo Infinite under a mountain and then fight above the highest mountain. Okay. I mean, the Halo went vertical.
right.
Okay. And the verticality was never like this, or the expansion of the world and how you could control different enemies. But this is the technology that is brewing in people's faces that they don't see. And they just love to use Halo as a whipping boy when you can't find another game that's doing what that game is doing. And as far as Gears, I remember Uncharted talking about the developers saying, well, with the new technology, we could have flying enemies. We still haven't seen that shit yet.
Yeah,
But it's in Gears, it's all over the place, and you have monsters running at you that you have to get away from sometimes to regroup,
yeah.
and then like the game we have here, Redfall. And I heard, let's see, Tuckmaster said he wanted an invite. So since he ain't here, I'll blame it on Tuckmaster.
Well,
Tuckmaster.
I seen it. Hey, Tuck, man, it's just a one-on-one with Zink, man. We did a podcast the other day, brother. No disrespect, man, but we're going to talk about Gears, man, for a while. And then I got to go, and then our brother Zink got to go, man. We just did a podcast, man, but I wanted to just talk one-on-one with Zink, brother, about Gears, man. No disrespect, though, brother. Next time, man. Next time, brother.
Actually, I should have been gone by now, but this is more important, even though I have important things to do. But this is my buffer, man. I love talking with the chat and talking with our team that we have, Unlimited, Tuck and the rest of the guys, and E-Rock and Hebot, and especially Dia. She came in new and on fire the other day. But when you're playing these different styles of Gears that people haven't seen, it's a reason you and I still play the game, because nothing is ever the same. And oh, that's what I was going to say about Redfall. And see, this is why, being a marketing graduate, I understand the importance of marketing. But when you have a diabolical group that hates Xbox, that hate what you do, the one marketing mistake that Microsoft continues to make is to bring these fake ass Xbox podcasters to their studios to play their damn games. Then they give us an hour long report. We played the games for 2 hours and they nitpicking this game apart. Yet then they're going to praise Spider-Man's old ass and it's not doing shit new. And they're going to say this is the game of the year when it does frigging nothing. It does nothing new, and that it burns my ass up, dude. Now, this Redfall game, I could just by looking at the game, I saw things they didn't see, and they played the damn game. And Maddie Plays drunk ass is over here talking about there are situations where you could tell it's a co-op game because I don't have enough power. That's because your ass ain't shit for a video game player. You couldn't play nothing like Gears. That's why they don't play Gears. They can't handle that shit. Sometimes I'll play Horde mode by myself with no help to see how far I could get on Insane. Okay? When nobody can handle that shit, just to see what happened. Of course, you could need some help, and then they complained about the different abilities that the Redfall players have. And that's when Jez Gordon don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That guy's a joke, man.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about because he says there's no difference in Gears. Gears is the same, dude. You have it's like 20 different categories of characters you could use with different powers. And then as you go through the game, the powers escalate. They become more powerful and more powerful. So they're playing the game in its infancy when you need powers to progress through the contest, and they're bitching about it. I mean, and it's insane. You got to call them out. And I hated that Cognito and the Iron Lords have aligned themselves with Colin Moriarty and Maddie Plays, because Colin Moriarty is a piece of shit and Maddie Plays is a piece of shit. So now you going over there with them, dude, it's disappointing to me. And I like the Iron Lords so much because those guys grew up exactly how I grew up in the 70s, playing with racing sets and video games back then. And to see that turn, man, I don't appreciate that shit at all, but I don't let things like that ruin gaming because I like it so much. And your friends over at, no, we can't blame it on you. Let's give it to E-Rock. He's not here. Let's go to IGN. E-Rock's favorite over there. They tried to say a couple good things about Redfall, but they kept giving complaints. Complaints, dude. You haven't played the game good yet. And then they're doing a Gears with Redfall, and they're it's going to be an ongoing game. They're going to stick with the game like they stuck with Sea of Thieves, like they stuck with Gears, like they stick with Halo, and they're going to continually modify the game. So it's like 100 would say, it's not a one and done ass game situation. You know what I'm saying? And they over here bitching. And then here they are over here talking about, well, we'll see if the game can last a few months. Sony don't have a game that lasts a few damn weeks. The hell y'all talking about?
That's true.
So yeah, man, that's where I'm at with that. And shout out to everybody jumping in here. Smitty Smith, what's this guy? The Pip Lup 99 6 layer, Mr. Kima.
Yeah, we got Vaca.
Killers Heaven 82. Dr. Vaca, that's another one. Of course, I always said I got introduced to pretty much all of you guys by Vaca. And he was the one. I said, Vaca, who is that green dude on that show? And he was like, oh, that's Unlimited. I was like, that dude's sharp as hell. Yeah, that was before I ever jumped on the podcast with them. But yeah, man, what you think about that though?
Hey, Zink, man. What I want to ask you, man. I forgot what I wanted. There was something I wanted to ask you about Gears, bro. I forgot. What I think about what Sony is doing. Well, look here. Just look what Unlimited said. Sony refused to give reviews of YouTuber gamers who don't review their games with early content. Xbox gives everyone with a big platform, no matter how they feel about Xbox early access.
Mm-hmm. You want me to attack that?
Yes.
Bullshit. Dude, it's horrible. One of the first problems that Halo had, these jokers played the game 2 months before it hit the market.
See?
They played it 2 months before it hit the market. So they have all this stupid shit to say. And what, just like I brought out earlier, Microsoft doesn't understand that these guys paint a negative light to freaking everything. Dude, High on Life would have been destroyed if it would have gotten into the hands of these idiots
Yeah,
first.
I believe so.
And now they
Mhm.
pulling this shit again, you know? And with Redfall, if they pull the same shit with Starfield, they're gonna have a whole lot of stupid shit to say. But meanwhile, we haven't seen anything on Spider-Man yet, but nothing. We haven't seen anything. They don't fly people out like Unlimited said. They don't do that shit. You know, I hate they do things like that, dude. They give everybody access. So just like they killed Sea of Thieves, now Sea of Thieves is bigger than anything they have at Sony. Anything.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're trying to sneak out of there and try not say shit. But everybody plays Ratchet and Clank. That bitch only sold 1.2 million copies. And that's it. You know they don't make money after point of sale. So, you know, where you getting your money from, Sony? You just making up shit. It's all perception. That's what they living off of.
Yo, Zink,
but yeah,
man.
Unlimited is right.
Yo, Zink, man, before we get back to our chat, because we're going to answer their questions and what they say on here, man. Now, us being Gears heads, brother, what's your favorite Gears game, man?
I can never go past the first Gears because it was all new to me. You know, it's like playing the first Resident Evil and that dog came through that window and scared the shit out of everybody that played it.
I remember.
And and like Halo CE, the first one, you'll never forget when you ran into the flood because you didn't know what the hell to expect. That first experience is always something, but after
the flood,
but after that, the first Gears, then that's my best. Then Halo 2 because of the way Dom died. You know, I know how Maria died and it pissed me off and I just whooped everybody's ass. Yeah. And then 4 and 5 or 5 then 4, you know. And when people say their favorite games, I like to see how long they played them. Like Gears 5, I'm over 5,000 hours.
And you know what? I have to. Me and you, we have. Well, a lot of our brothers, even the brothers on here, not just me and you. We're diehard Gears fans, and I know some of the brothers that are in here are also. But my favorite Gears game, brother, I would have to say 2 because it was very, very, very dramatic when his wife died, and then also the rookie died. The rookie soldier in there died that they were training.
Yeah.
So it had a really great story to it. You know what I mean? Plus you had the online play afterwards, which was really cool. I played a lot of that. One of the most impressive things, Zink, if you remember, that was very impressive with Gears of War 2 that showed off the Unreal Engine back then was when they went inside that big ass worm.
They were fighting in bodies, dude, and
wasn't that crazy, Zane?
That was insane. And you know, and people want to gloss over that, and you know, people try and talk about quality. The PlayStation is quality. When you guys hear a podcaster say that, ask them to please quantify that. What do you mean? Can you be more specific? And could you tell us an instance where you think there's so much quality? Because it's damn sure not in your gameplay with your stupid ass enemies. Or even your environments, because fighting in that worm was epic, dude. That was insane. Or Brumac. Just imagine a Brumac versus those mechanical monsters in Horizon Forbidden Entertainment.
Yeah.
Dude, that Brumac would destroy the whole game. They wouldn't be able to fit that on there. Like people like to say, "Oh, Uncharted, Horizon Forbidden Entertainment. It looks so beautiful." Hey, I want y'all to look at you can look at anything they say is great about Horizon Forbidden Entertainment and try and look at the depth of perception. Try and look back in there. You ain't gonna see shit but fog.
Nope.
That's what Ramo and I talk about all the time. Let's see how much fog is in this PlayStation game because there's no depth perception in anything. And if there is, there's only one character on screen and ain't shit going on. But what I like the most about Gears is something going on. I mean, it's a party out there, and like I was saying on the other show, you're gonna see a lot from Unreal Engine, and what when I say there have been several upgrades, they've upgraded that engine. It's Unreal Engine 4.26 or something like that, and this other guy was talking about Redfall is not truly next gen because it's still using Unreal Engine 4, but that's an upgrade to Unreal Engine 4. And it's not the engine that makes it next gen, it's what your console is doing. And they'll be using RDNA 2.
Yeah.
And I said, if you want to see a console that's never going to make it to next gen, it's the PS5 because it's a PS4 in disguise. It'll never make it up that high. Everybody could say how good a game can look. It will never be 4K 60 locked ever. You watch what I tell you. Through this generation, the PS5 will never reach it.
And and Zinc, what system right now on the planet right now does more 4K 60?
It's the Xbox completely. And
that's right.
Everybody can see it though. They just don't want to talk about it. Like they avoid Gears. Man, I tell you, dude. What's up, 108?
What's up, 108
in here.
Dragons?
A few others jumped in here, but hey, Ren Efer jumped in here. But anyway, but man, it's so many things that happen in Gears 5, and I can't wait. One of these days. It can't happen Saturday. Got too much going on still Saturday, but I like to go play Gears 5 Horde with the crew, and we could put it on Sane. I don't care if their character is a level 1 or never played it before in their life. We could carry them, and so they could see what we see in this game. And it's almost not about the game. It's like a test market for what's coming, and what's coming is scary. Even like E-Rock was saying, how Unreal 5 engine, that demo look, yep, that's insane. And Shisno Elite said at the same time, Shisno Elite is more like me. We want to see what that gameplay looks like when you're that special. Like even I like, what's the new game, Hellblade 2? Even though we saw some gameplay, I want to see more gameplay. And that game looks, it looks incredibly stunning.
I've seen it. It's incredible, Zinc, but I'm telling you right now, it's incredible. And yes, it's going to be a benchmark for the Xbox Series X, but I'm telling the brothers in here right now, in my opinion, guys, the new Gears of 5 is going to show the power, brother, of the Xbox Series X and S, but more of the Series X. But I'm telling you guys, quote me on this. You're going to see the real true power of what this system can do when Unreal Engine 5 can do with Gears. I'm telling you, because they've been with Unreal's been with Gears since day fucking one, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be phenomenal. You think you're seeing something good with the new Hellblade? Wait until that new Gears comes out. I guarantee you're gonna be blown completely out of your damn socks, man. I'm telling you.
And like Killers Heaven said, I just pick a random one. Have you all saw the new trailer to Hellblade 2? The models, hold on, got another text there. This looks model of Senua, the character that they were showing the face of. Look better than anything PlayStation has to offer.
It does.
And it was only a trailer. Imagine how the end game will be. And the game is not finished. The end game is going to be incredible, man. And here's to our favorite Unlimited and our favorite Colin Moriarty talking about nurturing something. You saw how Hellblade was on the PlayStation and how they nurtured it. Xbox gets it and it looks like this. Dude, man, everybody needs to calm down. E-Rock said he caught me in a lie. That's gonna be scary, But it's insane, man, what this game looks like. Everybody should be praising it, but it's a lot of people over here hating it.
Hey, Zink, it's just like what's a good 108? It's just like E-Rock said on the podcast. I understand where he's coming from with the what is it, the Matrix
Yeah,
demo. I
demo.
understand where he's coming from. I downloaded it too back then. He called me, told me about it, and there's a part where what's his name? Man, what's his name? Now I'm drawing a blank. Keanu Reeves was talking, and he had the girl with him, and it was like before you go into the demo or something like that. But you couldn't tell which one was the real Keanu Reeves, and then going into the character model. When you seen the little like intro of that demo, I couldn't tell, but it was there also, just like you seen it in Hellblade. It was there also in that Matrix demo. I could not tell. So we have really succumbed so far with these graphics. It's amazing. And remember, the Coalition, they actually helped out with that Matrix demo.
No, they didn't help with that demo. They did the damn demo. The Coalition did that damn demo.
They did the whole demo. I thought they helped out with it.
No, they did the bulk of the work on that demo. They had to get the Coalition because they know the Unreal tech, and they did the bulk of that demo. They didn't just help out.
That's another point. If you've seen that with the Matrix demo, then what do you think you're going to see with the new Gears?
Here's what you could see. Here's something we didn't mention. Killer's Heaven jumped in here. Killer's Heaven 82. He jumped in here at 10:59. Smitty Smith. Not to forget, you could control the Brumac at the end of the game.
Yep,
you remember we jumped on that damn Brumac, dude?
Smith. Shout out to Smitty Smith. That's right.
Dude, Gears ain't playing, man. You know, the one thing I hope they bring back. You remember when we had that damn shield and Gears, and it was a trick where we could put it backwards and they couldn't kick it down for a while, you know. But dude, the game has so many play mechanics that you don't see in other games. You know, it's not like I told this to Sean and those guys. I said it's not that I'm an Xbox fanatic. It's just where the best games are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm strictly a gameplay guy. And, you know, as excited as I am about Redfall because of the opportunities, I illustrated that on the other show where, you know, there are more ways to enter a building or solve a situation. Yeah. And that's what I like most about gaming as it progresses through. That's why I'm not much of a indie gamer. Even though there are some super sensational games like Cuphead was just unbelievable. But more importantly, I love the progression from Pong and pole position all the way to today, what we have today. And now pole position is actually going to be Forza 2023. And it's going to blow everybody away with procedurally generated areas. And that's the one thing that they tried to gloss over about Redfall. Dude, it's not going to be the same thing because it's procedural generation going throughout the game in different parts. So it's not going to be the same thing. And there'll be new enemies popping up all over the place as you progress through this damn game. So, and that's part of the reason why they said it's going to be always online, because that you just can't duplicate that. The file would be too big, you know? So they have to switch over, just like the Horde. The AI is part AI. The AI is part cloud tech and working in conjunction with the console. That's why you can't play Horde offline. Because the compute power is too high. Go ahead.
Hey, Zink, man, I'm like you. When it comes to Gears, bro, I look at every detail. I listen to every sound, the way the character models move, everything. Like the lava dudes. Like when you hear him grumbling, saying "Die, Daywalker," you know, different things like that, man. And then the other creatures are fighting them. You know what I mean? They're fighting amongst each other. There were times when I play Horde, right? Because sometimes, Zink, people say I'm crazy. I'll play Horde by myself and just have the AI soldiers with me just to practice a lot more. And when they come out, the lava, what are they called, Zink? What are the lava dudes called? The really strange looking. Are they called like the lava? What are they called? The lava, like I forgot what they're called, man, but they're like a mutation of the
Yeah, and they explode.
and they explode. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll
I,
fight those dudes, and you look, you don't even
mhm,
have to do nothing. I did this one time, right?
mhm.
I'm ducking down inside of a building while the enemies are all fighting each other, and then after that, I won the round because they were fighting each other and they beat each other up, and I didn't have to do nothing. It's just
Correct.
different things that I watched. I watched them fight, how they move, different
Hmm.
things like that. So the AI is pretty smart, you
Hmm.
know, in the new gears and everything, man. And it's amazing what these engines and stuff can do when it comes to gears, man. You
Hmm.
know,
Some,
the gears world have you, you know.
sometimes I take them out. Sometimes I cut out the AI and I just go through it by myself.
Yeah, yeah, you can do it by yourself too. Yeah,
Sometimes I do
yeah.
that, man, and it's crazy that you could even do such a thing. It was something I was going to say about that. Um,
Oh yeah,
it,
Smitty Smith said the Brumach was his favorite enemy. Mine was the Berserker, Smitty Smith. If you're still with us, but the Brumach went and play. You remember Zinc? One of the
mhm.
best ones they remade. This is a remaster I bought physical. Was the first Gears of War for Xbox One when they had the board in there where you fight the Brumach that wasn't in the 360 version. I guess it was too much memory or something, and they couldn't put it in there because it's not in Gears One on the 360, but it is in the Xbox One version. Plus, they
Yeah,
added more to it. I think it's the PC version on the console.
yeah, Gears
I'm right.
Ultimate. But the thing is, but they keep evolving the game. It always one ups itself every time with each iteration. And
Yeah.
that's why I talk so highly about Gears 5, because what we see, what people saw in Hive Busters, I
Mm-hmm.
keep trying to tell people, man, Hive Busters is not the best looking thing they have in Gears.
Nope.
It's Horde. When you play the Horde mode, that's when you're looking at the best, and that's
Yeah.
when you're looking
Yeah.
at the
Definitely.
future.
Definitely.
And you're going to see a lot of things coming at you that just didn't happen.
What's up,
Uh,
E-Rock?
yeah,
I caught
he
Aller
had.
Zink in a lie. I'm catching up with the chat, man. Brother E said I caught Aller Zink in a lie.
And Dr. Vaca, he ain't shit. He said, not an Xbox fanatic saying, because I said I'm not an Xbox fanatic. He said, Other Zinc is a jolly green giant Xbox. Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, Unlimited,
Yeah.
you're right. The Xbox Series S has more 4K 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second than the PS5. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. It does. It does more than their flagship system. You know, the Series S does more than the PS5. So what's that telling you?
And E-Rock is saying with more clarification at 11:07, and I understood his point when we had our show. The whole point of the Matrix demo wasn't to be a game. It was a tech demo for Nanite and Global Illumination
Yeah,
that you could download and manipulate uh, on this era of consoles, and that demo further illustrated the first tech demo where Sony hijacked and said this is going to be on PlayStation, and
yeah.
Aaron Greenberg jumped in and said Xbox is going to be using this too. He said that immediately after that because that was around the time Sony's stupid ass bought 1% of Epic for like $250 million or something like that,
Yeah.
doing their little investment shit that stupid ass Colin think is so damn great, you big dummy. And what are their Unreal games? They will never be able to use what E-Rock just said. And
Yeah,
the
you're right.
PlayStation will never ever be able to use that in the capacity of the way the next Gears game is going to use it. It won't ever happen. And Nanite and those things and that Global Illumination, that's just a different way of doing their version of ray tracing. And I just can't wait to see what Forza is going to be.
Yeah,
Of course, you and I
you're
can't
right,
wait for
Strowman.
it.
I meant 6, brother. I meant Gears 6, man. I meant Gears 6, brother. Thanks, man. I did. I didn't mean Gears 5, but Gears 5 was a benchmark for the Unreal Engine that we're that we're actually currently on now. It was just phenomenal. Even if you played the story mode, which I played like 5 or 6 times, and I had to kill JD. I let him survive one time, guys, but the brother, I had to keep letting him survive, man. I don't. It's just I don't know what it is, but I'm like, JD, I gotta let you go, bro. I gotta let my mans live, bro. I gotta let you go.
Yeah, had to.
Why I did it is just to see what the outcome was with JD alive, and then the homie died. But I only did it one time, man. But I had to let the brother survive all the time. I think, in my opinion, I think that's Kate's boyfriend.
Hey man, I pulled that bullshit too,
You know what I'm saying?
I pulled that same bullshit you did in Mass Effect 2. I said, well, this time I'm gonna let Ashley die and let Caden live. Man, every time I killed that nigga, he had to set that nuclear bomb. I was not killing Ashley under any circumstances. And Rain G4 jumps in with his bullshit. He said Other Zinc just finished playing Killzone before he realized it. Hey man, you know something? And this, I got to get to Unlimited here, but I'm gonna address.
Did you address E-Rock? Hey, E-Rock, man, you got jokes, don't you, man?
Yeah, well, E-Rock and I talked about that. He just said exactly, because I talked about what E-Rock meant by that demo, and he was right.
He said, I would ask for a link, but it's like asking bats and Chinese to stop spreading COVID.
Yeah, he said that earlier.
You got jokes, man. You got your joke. You got jokes, bro.
Hey, man, but hey, what we face with now, dude. Hey, and I gotta say again, thanks, Smitty Smith, for calling Dia the first lady of chat.
Yes.
Dia, dude, Dia is remarkable.
What's up, yes.
I listened to the first part of that podcast like I was listening to some damn music, dude. I kept running. I ran that shit back 3 times. Y'all were heating up in there. So, hey, man, but anyway, this dude, Unlimited Production, he caught on to some shit. This senator laid down the law on the FTC. And she said what I was trying to tell people. Microsoft's attorneys did minimal research. They used the words of stupid ass YouTubers, idiots from Sony, and her name was Maria Cartwell. She's a senator, and she illustrated how the Japanese Trade Commission is not being fair to American companies. And it's a lot of American companies that are strictly tired of this shit. And she blew it out of the water. And it just shows how stupid the FTC actually is. But that show is for another day. Because I'm not going to let that shit go. I'm not letting that go. Not under any circumstances. But I'm glad Unlimited sent me that. That was an excellent read. She was poignant, sharp, and she knew what the hell she was talking about. A lot of the things she said, like I said at the top of the show, was in my graduating paper in college. So she was really sharp with that.
But Zinc, man, I honestly, me and Zeke are kind of on a same wavelength, man. We're big fans of Forza and Gears, man, and I just cannot wait to see. Also, I know we're talking about Gears, but I can't wait to see Forza either. I think Forza is going to be simply amazing. They can take all the time they want, man. I know it's going to come out soon, but I want that game because it is the flagship racing game of all time in the world. There is no other racing game out there that can compete with Forza, man. There just isn't. The only second racing game I like better that's this gen is Grid. That is it. I don't like no other one. I like Grid second, and Forza is number 1. It's number 1 in the planet. Gran Turismo cannot hold a fucking candle to Forza. It just can't. And people always try to damage control out with that fucking Gran Turismo garbage sport and all that other stuff. It cannot hold a candle to Forza. Forza is the king of racers. It just is on both arcade and simulation. Correct?
Yeah, and it's not even close. And for people always talking about we need to do new things, and Forza did it. They have an arcade racer and a real racer. And people want to talk about Redfall always being online. Gran Turismo 7 is always online. I don't hear shit. It's always online with them old ass cars. that game, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this so people understand. That game launched. People talking about Halo didn't have content. That shit launched with the new in 2022 with their newest car being just one Camaro that was a 2018 car.
Mm-hmm.
And you launched this shit in 2022 and call it new. Well, that shit is like new, and it's online only. I didn't hear who is not here. Hebot. I didn't hear Hebot's boy Destin Legary talking about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know Hebot gonna get mad at me because his boy is Paul Tassi.
Lambert,
You know,
that's it.
but and then you know you have like we talked earlier. I think Unlimited brought it up in the chat how we keep giving people Xbox keep giving people months in advance copies of the game and playthroughs and demos of the game.
Yeah.
And you have people like Rand. He said on the I was alerted to this, so I went straight to the point where he said he was talking about Call of Duty and the ABK deal. And this is just some of the sly shit that people say all the time. He said, hey, Xbox fans, you have to face it. He's talking about Call of Duty. You have to face it that Xbox is Halo is not what it once was and it failed or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out, again, Halo has been in the top 20 for the last 15 months. And I remember Rand talking all this shit about Persona 5 being ahead of he was talking all this shit about Persona 5 being ahead of Halo. Well, Persona nothing is not even in the top 40 right now. Halo is still there. I think it's 14th. And then he talked about Fall Guys being ahead of Halo. That bitch is 26. Halo is 14th. He talked about Elden Ring. That shit was bigger than Halo. That shit is now 25th. Halo is 14th. He talked about all of this shit, dude. And all of these games keep backing the fuck up while Halo is staying right where it's supposed to be 15 months later, dude.
Yep.
Okay. So I just point out these small things, you know, and like Unlimited and I talk about, it's still making money after point of sale. That's what Sony is trying to accomplish. So when you have a 2022 where people think, hey, they didn't release nothing when they actually did, it just wasn't a super AAA shit, but it was being funded by Sea of Thieves, Flight Simulator, Halo, Gears, Forza Horizon 5. You had all of these games making money on a daily damn basis, dude. So, you know, I just love to point out those things where people swear up and down they know what the hell they talking about and they don't. What's up, Xbox All In, Eidos X? So
hey Zink, man, you remember the movie? you know how E-Rock be always clowning me. You remember the movie Menace to Society, and dude was in the car, man. He was in his car, and dude came up and jacked him. Remember that? He's like, man, we supposed to be brothers. He's like, you a baller, huh? You a baller? Take that shit off. That's your bro. That's your boy E-Rock, man. That's your boy E-Rock jacking your boy Sega, man. He always playing, got jokes for you, man.
Yeah, hey, and then Smitty Smith, he said something else. That's why Smitty Smith wrote the Book of X. He said, how is GT7 always online, but you can't update their cars? They just made a provision where you could start selling their cars, but nobody talked about this shit. Had this been Halo, it would have gone crazy, you know?
Yeah.
These jokers do.
The last fun game, Zink, I'll say, on a serious note, that PlayStation ever had when it came to racing was probably MotorStorm. That's probably it.
I didn't even like that
arcade game.
I didn't even like that, but the one that I liked the most was Rage Racer.
Yeah,
I love that game.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good racing game for back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that game. And then the only reason I wouldn't have put Grid there is because Project Gotham was incredible.
Oh man.
And I actually didn't even want Forza to be made because I knew Forza was pushing out Project Gotham.
That was Bizarre Creations, right?
Yeah, but they just kept coming. Forza kept coming with Forza 2, and now we have this. You know, but this is what Colin Moriarty must have been trying to say when he was talking about nurturing, you know. But one thing I want Xbox people. What's up, 100? 100 just tuned in to see what's going on in NASCAR.
What's up, 100? What's up, brother?
We'll talk about NASCAR next time, 100. That's the only reason. It's the only reason 100
ain't gonna never let you live that down. You know that, right?
Yeah, man. But I can't wait to my most anticipated game is Forza this year, of course. And and I know for my game of the year, it's still gonna be. I'm gonna pull Unlimited Production. I thought about this a couple days ago. I'm gonna pull Unlimited, and my potential game of the year is Redfall. After I saw more of those
There's
videos.
so much talk about that, Zink, man. The brothers are hyped. You hear it in the media. I think Redfall is going to be a blockbuster hit, bro. I really do. It's being talked about a lot, man. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Can't wait to play it, bro. I have it already pre-downloaded. I can't wait to play that game, man. And look what Killer Shaman said. You're right. Ghostwire Tokyo. I guarantee you we're going to play that more over here than what they did.
Yeah, and usually I talk to my boy Ramo, and he said, I'm on the show, and this is why you haven't called me. We always talking shit, but he kind of left me alone a little bit because I had so much to do with that funeral. Yeah, but we always wake up in the morning, like E-Rock and I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and looking for violence all day. This motherfucker Ramo is straight violent. This joker go to work at like 4:30 in the morning. I know he blow me up texting me, and I'm like, shit, I guess it's time to get up and start the day because he's over here tripping already.
I'd be still asleep. He'd be grinding early, bro.
Yeah, man, we get it going early over here because that piece of shit Unlimited said I live in an igloo up here, so Ramo live in an igloo also. Then.
Yeah, Rambo, cool, man. He cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool, dude.
So, hey, Zink, man, I know we gotta probably go in a few minutes, but what is your thoughts, man, about what do you think the new Gear 6 is gonna be like, man? Do you think it'll have some return character models in there from like 3, or like some kind of like the creatures, the monsters that were in 3? Do you think they'll bring some of that back, or you think it's just going to be, all new, character models and everything? How do you think Gear 6 is going to be? What would be your theory on what Gear 6 is gonna be like story wise? What do you think it's gonna be like, man?
It's really unpredictable, man. Because they always giving us a surprise. The only thing I could hope for is that they have a shield. Honestly, I want the shield to come back. I want a couple other weapons to come back. Remember we had a sawed-off shotgun. I want stuff like that to come back. I want some of the uniforms. One time they had a uniform in Gears 4 for Cole Train. He looked like John Shaft out there. I hope they do a few things like that. And really, man, I'm open. I really don't want to know. I just want gameplay mechanics that we had in the past to be implemented more, with a few tweaks. Like Redfall, people keep trying to compare it to Arcane games. It's not Arcane or whatever. Hey, what if you never played an Arcane game? Then what? I don't like it when people try and dissect the game and try and say, oh, well, it's like this, I'm going to leave it alone, talking about Redfall. But Gears, we know the line that they're coming in. I just hope it's a modified version of more of the same. And like riding the Brumac, I hope we could ride some of the enemies like that again. That was a good addition there.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know what Poseidon means. Pause my banner. Did I write something wrong on there? Don't look like it, did I? One-on-one with Sega. I don't know. I might have did something wrong there when I made it. Maybe I made the zero instead of a O. That could be it. I don't know. I'll have to fix it. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. But I will say one thing, though, man. I think during the E3 show and in anticipation for the new Gears, I think they might get an announcement of maybe them remastering all the the old gears, like they said they were supposed to bring out. So maybe they'll talk about that or bring that out around that time. I don't know if it was scrapped because they didn't say nothing about it, but maybe they will bring out some kind of package deal where you get it all the gears all together, remaster 120 frames per second or something like that. Because they were talking about redoing those. So all of them. You know how one is, how they redid one? I think they're going to do 2, 3, and all the rest like that. So maybe we'll hear something about that. What do you think, Zink?
Yeah, that came from, those so-called insiders. So I don't know what to think on that. But I really wouldn't want them to waste production time on the new gears for that.
Yeah.
I'd rather them spend their time on the evolution of gears, the Gears universe versus that. And, E-Rock tripping on my boy, Bubba Wallace, he's the only black race car driver for now. Bubba Wallace had no choice in his life. It's either because his name being Bubba, it was either be a race car driver or cook barbecue.
What's up, guys? What's up, man? The chat's on fire, man. Oh, yeah, he's talking about Bubba Wallace. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, brothers, we're going to get on. I think me, Zink, what's up, Graphic God? Graphic God's in the building. What's up, man? Glad you can drop in for a little bit. Polly, new dude, Polly Bubba in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming past again. Just shouting out the chat, man. You know what I mean? Unlimited.
Yeah, David Cohen just showed up. Oh yeah, and he said David Corn just mentioned that. Did you see that they're working on dropping an online requirement? That's going to be a heavy one, but I hope they do a little bit. But it's going to come with some restrictions. You just won't have the procedurally generated enemies that keep coming up randomly.
Yeah.
You'll lose things like that. Polybaba and Channel just showed up too, along with Tim the sorcerer just showed up. Yeah, man. But I have to get out of here though, and you have to go to work.
All right. Hey man, big shouts out to the chat, man. We're gonna get on out of here. Let me shout everybody out real quick. What's up, Dave? Dave is a good dude, man. He's very knowledgeable, man. Big shouts out to Dave. What's up, Dave? Thank you for all the support. Channel, where you been, brother? What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Channel in the building. But guys, we're gonna get on out of here. It was good to have my brother Zink on. We was just discussing, about gears. We've been Gears heads since day one. We cannot wait for Gear 6, of course, Forza. But yeah, man, it was a good talk, man.
Here's a good way to end the show, since Dia isn't here to properly close the show. Paulie Baba says, letting studios expand their experience, not just make everything the exact same for each game, fosters creativity. Some games are great as they are, but evolution should be encouraged. And that's my way of gaming. That's why I brought up the evolution of, let's say, Atari's Indy 577 to pole position in the arcade, and now Forza Motorsport 2023 is about to destroy everything.
Yeah,
that maturation. Yep, that's it.
That's it, man. So let's give a shout out to Zink before we leave, man. Get everybody in here. Vodka, what's up, Vodka? Yeah, let's give a shout out to everybody, man, before we leave. Great show, Unlimited. Thank you, man, for chiming in, brother. I appreciate all y'all coming through, man. But hey, I got to get the day going. I got to go to work. Zink got things he got to do. So I'm going to give a shout out to my brother, Unlimited Productions. You had a fire podcast the other night with the whole panel on there. It was a great show. Great topics, great discussion, man. It was a good show, man, with Tuck and his dog. It was very good, And Lewis, man, Lewis Frag, thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate that. DJ Tuckmaster was in here for a second. Slick Slayer, Mr. Kima in the building. What's that dude you say his name was? The Pimple 99? Is that his name? The Pimple 99. Smitty Smith. Smitty Smith, what's good, brother? Very good brother out here in the gaming community, man. Smitty Smith, big shots out to you, man. Salute. Killer Chauvin 82. Our boy Doc Avok in the building, man. What is his name? Renner? How you say it, Zink?
I don't see where you are.
His name right here. Ren.
Let me see. Let me go to it. Ren Efer.
Ren Efer. Shouts out to
Mhm.
Ren Efer that was in the building. 108's Dragon was here chopping up with game with us. I said Mr. Kima. E-Rock, our brother, the Don King of X, E-Rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, all you guys, man. All you guys, man. Thank you for supporting me in the podcasts that we do. Big shout out to my brother Sega Forever. My brother Poseidon Ados. Rain G4, always keeping me laughing.
Hey, I had to get back to that guy's name. That's the Pip Lup 99.
The Pimp Luck.
Pip Lup
Pimp
99.
Lup 99.
Pip,
Big shouts
yeah,
out to you, Pimp Lup 99, man. It's that's a cool, different name. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, always welcome, man. Big shouts out to our boy 100 that won't let Zink live down NASCAR. You know, big shouts out to our brother 100 with Intermedia Gaming and the crew, man. All of y'all rock. Big shouts out to Graphic God. You want some great gamer picks? Go to my man Graphic God. He'll hook you up. Polly Bubba was in the building, man. Dave, what's up, Big Dave C? You know what I mean? Tim the, what's it called? Tim the,
let me see. Yeah. Tim the Sorcerer.
Tim the Sorcerer was in the building. What's up, man? Thanks for coming. Come back and join us again. But we're gonna get on out of here, man. Big shouts out to you too, channel. Good to see you, man. But me and Zink gotta go, man. All right. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply, brothers. We're eating good over here. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace.